You are now tuned in to Hits 92.3, where we take great pride in personal expression of one's feelings, thoughts, or ideals. What you're getting ready to hear on this show are the opinions of the hosts and their guests, and they do not reflect the opinions of Hits 92.3 radio station, the brand, management, staff, their respective advertisers, parent companies, or affiliates. Now stay tuned as this show begins in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Sky People Chief coming peace, love, and I'm just trying to see where you going with that on. You got cute for me.
Looking like my baby. I don't come in here unless they pay me. I've been here all night, I'm feeling wavy, but they closing down like the Gallery Road Macy's. Where we finna go, though? We can hit the town to take some photos. Girl, I got the smoke, but can you roll, though? You know I thought about you jumping on this pole. Go somewhere with all that over there you got. Running on my spot, do you running there a lot? You ran into a roddy rich, I'm good with the box. It'll be a remix, non-stop, let it rock. Look who's just like you for me, baby. I know that I run into you tonight. The things you do to me, baby.
La la. Yeah.
Look who bringing back Jet magazines, ain't it? Beauty of the week indeed, that's a queen, ain't it? And she throw back on the smoke. I asked what it is, she said the presidential shit, not that tangerine, ain't it? She said, boy, stop. You thought it, you tried it. I said, yeah, whatever, if it's so that I buy it. Windows to your soul, girl, I love the way your eyes get. When I look into them, I fall in a pool of violence. That's just what it's like, I got a jet that you can pilot. When we see each other, always frequent flyer mileage. It's always a laugh, she be like, whoa, why you so childish? Because the internet, she said, jet be quiet. You know I'm a fool, Barrymore, I'm a riot. Like God is to a like God, I'm a lion. You can't make you, we ain't been the best by it. You know what it is, me and Slim, we just vibing.
My name is Dr. Siobhan Fleming, and I am a proud candidate for Clerk of Superior Court in Clayton County, Georgia. I'm a product of Clayton County Public Schools, Jonesboro High School alum, a resident of Clayton County for almost 30 years, raised in Lake Spivey, and now reside in Lovejoy. I hold approximately 25 years of administrative, business, and clerical experience, most right here in Clayton County. Administration is the backbone to any business. The clerk position is a vital piece of the core systems. Superior customer service, organization, follow-up, and increased digitalization is what I plan to bring to the system. Visit me on the World Wide Web at www.voteforfleming.com.
They all wanna get with a bad bitch, but the gay is I'm really not going to treat it. They all wanna get bad bitch, she just want a bad bitch, bad bitch, she just want a bad bitch, she just want he wanna leave a hickey on my titty, he a bad boy. Think he a player, I'ma add him to the band, boy. Calling me Barbie, say baby, I ain't no damn toy. Hope you brought it back, cause I'm definitely more than you planned for. See, I be in my zone, hit him up on FaceTime, let him see the thong. He heard through the grapevine that I ain't a hoe, and I'm known to have a great time, yeah, that pussy cold, cold. Baby, if you want it, gon' take that shit. Catch me outside, clock on my wrist. When the light hit the ice, it twinkle and glisten. And that itty bitty waist, it deserve permission. Yeah, all wanna get with a bad bitch, but the gay is I'm really not going to treat it. They all wanna get bad bitch, she just want a bad bitch, bad bitch, she just want a bad bitch, she just want going to treat it. He's a slut, he's a thot, he's a freak. Got a different girl every day of the week. It would take a big effect to impress me. Leave that man on big red, he in his feelings. Cause I be in my zone, can't pick up your FaceTime. Want to see the thong, cause see her through the grapevine. I might be a hoe, and I'm known to have a good time. Yeah, that pussy cold, oh. It's a million niggas probably on that beat. Get you outside, clock on my wrist. When the light hit the ice and it twinkle and glisten. And the itty bitty waist that deserves a mention. They all wanna get with a bad bitch, but the gay is I'm really not going to treat it. They all wanna get with a bad bitch, but the gay is I'm really not going to treat it. Ass nigga.
Hey, the secret's out. Hits 92.3 is now accepting submissions for brand new shows. That's right, you could become a radio personality right here on Hits 92.3, the real definition of internet radio. You don't have experience? That's okay. You don't live in Georgia? That's okay. You don't know what to do now? Now that's not okay. But your girl is here to help you out. Email us today at hits923newshow@gmail.com and tell us about your potential show with Hits. Again, that email address is hits923newshow@gmail.com. Don't be last. The slots are filling fast.
All right, you guys, happy Monday. Welcome to Beauty in the Body with the BBL Nurse Taye. I hope everyone had a wonderful, wonderful weekend. Today, again, is a very impactful episode as I have a very, very special guest, someone who is special and close to me. Her name is Nichole Richardson. I will let her introduce herself as the woman of all trades.
Okay. Yeah, no pressure, right? First thing in the morning, no coffee, no tea.
No.
Just go straight into it, girl. Just hit it raw. My name is Nichole Richardson. I'm an entrepreneur, author, mentor, consultant, mother. I got like several hats that I wear. But most importantly, I want you to take from all that is that just I'm an example. I tell people that that's who I am. I'm the example for the century. So that's who I am.
I love it. I'm so happy to have you here.
Thank you. Happy to be here.
She is my mentor. So
and now she look like she gave her mentor a run for the money. That's a good thing.
All right. So start off with telling us, how did you start your journey of entrepreneurship? Like, what inspired you to do that?
Honestly, from young, I already knew that for one, I was not an employee. And when I say that, I mean, I was always a person that thought outside the box, that when someone would give me a task, I always had questions like, okay, I know we're doing it this way, but what if we did it this way? What can give us the best result or the maximum result of what we're doing? And when I went into corporate and I realized in corporate America, all you are is a number. You're as good as the next numbers you put up, because then after the whole year pass, they give you 5% raise, $10, 10% raise, or they might even give you 50 cents. And then you got to stay working there for another 20 years just to say I hit 6 figures. But while you done that, you just made that company millions and millions of dollars.
That's right.
So that's one of the reasons why being an entrepreneur made a lot to me. I wanted to make a difference financially in my own life, as well as show other people that if you have a gift, a drive, something that makes you get up in the morning, that is outside of your Monday through Friday, then you yourself are an entrepreneur and don't even know it.
All right. That was wonderful. I wasn't expecting all that.
It's the truth, though. It's the truth.
So what is the company that you have?
Well, so we're gonna go with my consulting company today. It's called Tropical Health Referral Services.
No, all your companies.
Oh Lord Jesus, let's be clear. Well, we I don't know how much time we have on the show. I'm just playing. So, I'm worse than a Jamaican. I'm a combination of Caribbean, Jamaican, everybody else you want to put together. But no, so I do have 3 hospice companies, 3 location of a hospice company. It's called Tropical Health LLC. And so we're located in St. John, St. Thomas USVI, and then in Atlanta, Georgia. And I just recently embarked on a new venture, which is consulting. I started this year, believe it or not, and I already made it halfway to 6 figures. Okay. And then I also have a nonprofit organization called Mother's Choice Learning Center, which our focus and primary focus is to help build economical wealth within families and other entrepreneurs in the community by finding ways to make money without spending money or getting loans.
Okay, that's wonderful.
And that's just a couple, but I just to keep it minimum to what we're doing here.
So, what would you say are some challenges that you faced when starting your company? Would you say it was easy? Like, what was probably the biggest obstacles you had to overcome?
Well, the obstacle is your credit. Credit couldn't get it when I started. Honestly, financial was one of the obstacles. Having a good credit score, and honestly, finding genuine people who literally would help you or guide you, not give you money, but guide you mentally. A lot of times when you tell somebody you have an idea, the first thing they do is give you a negative. Oh, well, I don't know how you're going to do that because you got to do, that's it. That's cut. So what I've learned in business is the one that being hard to ask somebody for help and getting a genuine answer of the help. If you don't know the answer for that person when they're coming to you asking you for help, just tell them, you know what, I support you, but I personally don't have any expertise in that, without giving them the negative, because some people are usually shooting down an idea, but they're not even a part of it or understand it because they're not even in that realm or that level that you're in. So their answers are coming based on what they know and not based on what the gift and the purpose that you have. So that was one of my biggest hurdles after the financial.
No, that makes a lot of sense though, because in today's society we see so many coaches, so many,
yes,
pay for this, pay for that, I'm gonna do this for you, I'm gonna do that. How do you feel about that with the wave of coaching?
So one of my I'm gonna be the double-edged sword on that. So yes, I feel like someone should monetize their expertise in a topic. However, when it's general, meaning you're having, like, I mentor so many people in business, from opening a nonprofit to a for-profit to a food service to a personal care home to a methadone clinic I consult on anything business, right? Restaurant, don't matter what it is. I'm never the expertise in particular, say, the industry, but what I can get you is to the beginning of understanding your business and understanding how to level it off where people, where you go to ask for help, it will make sense while you're monetizing them. A lot of times when somebody says they're your life coach, ask them what they do for a living first. If you're saying you only do one thing, then how can you be my life coach in that whole arena? You only can give me perspective on what you're an expertise in. So what I like to do is build a resource, a network of people, like-minded people, not that's smarter than me, first of all, because I cannot be the smartest in the room. And I learned that from a friend of mine. Thank you, Mark. Shout out to Mark Jones. if you find somebody who is many people who have talents in what you're trying to help somebody gain, then now you're connecting them on a whole and not just minimizing their success.
Okay. So
Mhm.
that's actually very wonderful. When she say it don't matter what you do, she can still help you. You can tell this lady, I want to start making trash bags, and she will give you a list of 20 things you got to do, and she's serious, and it's gonna work. Like it does not matter.
And the difference is I don't charge.
No.
So the reason why I don't charge is because I'm giving you just an overall layout, general layout. What I still want you to do is your research and find that person that you can monetize, that can now pull what I just gave you into fruition. And that's a lot of reason why I say don't pay these life coaches and these people who say a mentor. I've been a mentor for many women, and Taye noticed, and I've not charged not one person a single dime. What they do is they will sow a seed and say, when a call want to bless you. And I say, okay, well, thank you, because you can't outgive my God. I'm a woman of faith. And so whatever I give you, I'm not expecting you to pay me, because your pay is great. But I know the reward that I'm going to get for helping you is going to be greater.
That's right. And I love that.
And that's for the church people.
I absolutely love that about you. One of the things that is very interesting, commendable, and kind of makes you raise the eyebrow is you have raised your level of success with your business without social media.
Yes. I have literally became.
You don't have social media page. You got to just know this woman in person, or you don't know her. Period.
And let me tell you how I know that the formula I provide you works. You have to have integrity. I don't care what you do in business. If you don't have integrity in business and a work ethic, you're going to not succeed. You might start swimming and doing the little paddles, but if you want to get where you want to go, you have to have integrity. Because when people come to you, they're looking at who you are as a person. All I have is my words. So to Taye's point, when I started my consulting, I just started to do part-time. I swear to you, I just said, you know what, I'm gonna do this part-time, not gonna, do many clients. Started off with 1 and got 8 this year.
Wonderful.
8.
And
now
nice.
8 by word of mouth. So none of this is social media. I didn't post. I didn't put no flyers saying I'm the best consultant in the business. Call me now. I ain't no Cleo. I didn't do it like no Medium. Literally, people referred and said that lady did exactly what she said. She kept her word and her integrity, and more people kept coming. So that's how I built my brand.
Wonderful.
Without social media. Still, you're right. I'm like an old school person.
So that was my next question is how do you keep the success without social media? Because so many people depend on it. As we know, it is the wave of today's society. It's having a high following. So how do you keep yourself relevant within your business without that?
Well, it depends on what your business is. So when I say I don't do social media, it's because I'm in the medical field, right? So my audience don't really do social media. I'm in healthcare where I do hospice. The only place that I'll say that might need a touch of social media right now is because I do a lot of mentorship, free mentorship. I do a lot of circles. I call the MCLC circle. Look us up on Instagram, MCLC circle on Instagram, that I had to have somebody help me with because Nichole is not that tech savvy. So I'm saying that to those people to say, I'm not saying don't turn social media into your product. What I'm telling people is if your focus is social media and you have 20,000 followers, but you got $500 in your bank account, then you ain't doing nothing right. And the reason why I say that is that if those people does not equate to money, then how is your marketing effective? So if you're going to use social media, how are you measuring the success? Not by your followers, because your followers didn't turn into money. Your followers didn't say that they went out and bought 50 of your soaps, 50 of your body creams, your oils. Like you're literally posting more than you're receiving on a tangible end. So how do you balance those two? Yes, you needed to put out the product. Yes, you needed to show the product. But what are you doing in other areas that we forgot as a people after social media came out to push that product? Because them 20,000 people you have there, you telling me only 5% bought your product last month? That didn't make sense to me. So how is that helping? So it's how to utilize social media. It's a better way that you need to say it, not just having it. We all got it. We got these pages, but how do you utilize it effectively? Sorry, that was
no. I love it. This is very educational, informative anyone who wants to start a business, this is definitely the person that you want to talk to, because she's not going to lie, for one. You know,
Straight no chaser.
She didn't tell me to.
Yeah.
I'm going to get together. And I'm going to let you get it.
It's because I love her.
And you need people like that. How do you feel about people who, like we just talked about it, but measuring their success by their followers? Because sometimes I'm guilty of it, being caught up in the amount of followers I have versus equating it to how successful I am. So what would you say would be a good way to balance that?
Well, honestly, what I'll say is you need some time to rethink. Before there was social media, how did people become millionaires? How did Jim Gates? How did Rockefeller? How did all these people without social media became billionaires? How? Because they ain't had social media. We just got Facebook. Man, when we had Facebook, we felt like we were on top of the world. And now you have all these other platforms. So there's so many platforms that are coming alive for you to stream, and you can post yourself on all of them. I'm not saying don't do that, but you got to find out where your audience is on social media. What groups do you need to attach yourself to? Because you can have 20,000 followers, but you're not in not one group that makes sense. Mm-hmm. So all those people just became your fans, but they're not really invested. So you have to me, is find a group. It might not be on Facebook. It might be on TikTok. It might be on Instagram. It might be on Twitter. Some people are more successful on Facebook than they are on Twitter because of the type of business of the brand that they're building. So I would say first is find groups within these different networking sites on your own. Don't listen to what somebody says. Because you got 10 million people as your Facebook friend, you only got 20 people as your Instagram, you thinking I failed, but them 20 million people on your Facebook page ain't bought from you since. So what's the difference? You have to find the groups. There are groups now that are coming alive. Attach yourself to several groups where you can post your content, and I think that'll be the most effective way.
That's a great point. A very, very great point. It's something I'm still working on, but I'm going to get there, because it takes a lot of time, because each social media platform kind of caters to a different audience. So I've learned you got to figure out what your audience is, and then, then you gravitate more towards that site. And then I've learned too that less is more. You don't have to be on all 15 platforms.
Because if it's like a job. What people don't understand, your posting is like a job. So if I'm on 20 social medias, which one am I really pushing to find out who I am? Because you could be neglecting the one that has 50 followers, but that's the group that you needed to be in, because those are the one that's always buying from your brand. So if I went on a following group that had 50 people, and those 50 people are consistent with using my brand, and I need to build that particular group, that particular network. Why am I going back on Twitter and all these other networks that had 20,000 followers, but only 1% actually merchandise me? Right. Not making sense to me. The math ain't math. So it's not about quantity, it's about quality. And I say this all the time. So yes, you can have a quantity of people, but only quality shows up for you. And that's what you need to start looking for, is that quality. Build that quality into a brand, and then raise your followers from that quality, not the quantity. Just saying.
All right. all valuable gems being dropped here today on Beauty and the Body. So, okay. So along with your businesses, plural, you also have started doing public speaking.
Yes.
So what made you start getting into that venture?
Well, one of the reasons why I do public speaking is people always ask me, Nichole, how do I start a business? Or how do I keep myself motivated? Or how do I keep telling people I am not a role model? And do not call me a role model. Let me tell you the difference between role models and examples. A role model is a person like church and anything else, a pastor that says, I need you to look at me, and I need you to search me and be like me, because I got it all figured out. The devil is a lie. Girl, I curse people in traffic. If you give me some negative energy, I'm about to tell you, I'm about to tear you down, just how you tell. I'm giving you the same energy you gave me. So I would never ask to be your role model. I'm not a role model. What I am is an example. Let me explain what that means. I'm a person who's made errors, who's done some things, who've been through some trauma, who've been through life. So I'm not telling you it from a cookie cutter. I'm telling you it from my examples, in hopes that my examples would allow you not to make those mistakes, or if you do, show you how to maneuver it. And that's what made me even start writing books. The first book I wrote is on Amazon. Both of them on Amazon. It's called Did You Find Your Purpose? It's a 24-page short read book. I don't like journals and novels because I don't have the patience. Maybe part of this ADHD that I had and I never got diagnosed with as a baby boomer. Or because I feel like if you're going to give me something, I shouldn't have to read 900 pages to find it. Mm-hmm. Just tell me. People don't even have that much time. And even when you go in the store, that's why the food is being processed so horribly, because you don't have time to watch the chicken grow. So what I did is I did a 24-page short story with journals in it and show you how I started in my life and the steps to how to take it. So I'm not just giving you a book that says read about who I am. That's a waste of time. Yes, it's a good story, but what I wanted to share with you was the behind the scenes of how to get through your traumas so you can continue finding your purpose. Okay?
And what's the name of those books again?
Did you find your purpose, and how did you find your purpose? Did you find your purpose, and how did you find your purpose? And they're both on Barnes & Noble's and Amazon website. So I'd say go to Amazon. It's actually quicker.
Okay, so make sure you guys check that out on all the platforms that she has it provided on, especially Amazon. So tell us, how has public speaking provided a platform for you in regards to other opportunities of advancement with your career?
Well, it really has allowed me to notice two things. That we all say we want to be successful, but we do not understand success. I'm going to say it again. When I started mentoring for free a lot of women, what I noticed about them is they were not ready, or they are not ready. And men, so I did some men, to break down who they are to understand where they're going. And it's not a general statement, meaning you come to me, you say, I want to make $1 million. I want somebody to give me a grant to do this, write me a grant to do this. And I look at you and I say, you're not ready. Well, why? Because I've been working on this for years. If you're not ready to come back to you being the employee for your business, you sowing the seed into your business before you ask somebody to sow a seed into something you have not even birthed yet. How am I to help you? You can't come to me and say, I have this vision and mission to help feed 100 million children. I need $1 million now. Somebody got to give me $1 million. Really? The next question that person that you write the grant to is going to ask, what did you do to start the business? Because nobody wants to fund capital. What they're funding is a mission. Capital funding is saying, I have a vision that I am going to bless people, and I need you to give me money to bless it. If that was your vision, you won't need anybody help you bless it. You would start it, whether it starts out of your garage and you're feeding 20, and now you're writing in the grant saying, I feed 20, but I want to feed 100. That's a mission. But you still sitting with it on paper and want somebody to pay you for your vision. Where to do that at?
So what do you think people mess up when they're writing the grants? What's the biggest mistake that they make? Because she's very good at that too. At that
when somebody writing a grant, what I realize is they got a Motel 6 budget with a Ritz-Carlton attitude. Let me explain that. You want to start write a grant for you to open a skincare line because you want to make skincare line because you want to make money. Hear how that sounds. Now, what's your cause and your purpose for it though? To make money. Who's funding that? Grantors can't outright fund something that makes you money. What you say is, I started a skincare line. I started helping 20 women when I noticed when they used my product, my blemishes was going away. So now I feel like if I get a grant to build more product and make more product and push more product, I can help more women. Now, how does that sound?
That sounds much better.
But when you come to me with these piped up information, and I'm very transparent and frank, and I give it to you straight, no chaser, because when they coming at you, they're going to look at your paper and just throw it in the garbage. They're not even going to look at your stuff because you front loaded this with I. Not I've started and I need to grow, but I need you to help me get it started. So how you want somebody to help you push what you got inside of you and you haven't even started yourself?
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Or what about on the nonprofit side? Like when someone says they want to get started with that, what is it something important that they should know or understand about having a nonprofit?
You have to have a mission. What is your mission? Mission is not saying, well, I want to love everybody in the world. Okay, well, they hear that mission all the time. You have to have a target, a focus. The focus point is what brings and what birth is, what you're trying to do to make people gravitate to what you're doing. If you never have a mission for it or a purpose for it or an end result, it's like people say business plan, but your business plan is just saying how you plan to start the business. That's your business plan. Your proposal is telling me how you want to represent this business and why you feel that you're the best representative for your business. That's your proposal. What is your real mission? Answer that question, because I just told you what the three differences were. And a lot of people quick to give me the political answer for the two, but they never can give me their true mission.
True mission. So what is your true mission for your nonprofit?
My true mission is honestly to help people build their own economical wealth without feeling the crushes of the world with your Monday through Friday, 9 to 5. Because at the end of the day, I don't care if you've been a star employee from the jump. If that company is going under or they're getting ready to have a Fort Shaw, you're going to have to go. You're the biggest cutter first, because at the end of the day, they're paying you more money to run the business. So don't ever think that your job is so secure. I had somebody tell me, well, I'm safer with my 9 to 5. How is that safer when you don't even know? The pandemic came and we were shut down in the house for 2 years or a year and a half. And what happened with the businesses then?
Yeah.
So stop telling me that your 9 to 5 getting a paycheck every 2 weeks is your security. No, honey, baby, you're just one paycheck away from either getting fired, laid off, or quitting. Because every paycheck is a roll around. You got to make sure you get it. And then when you get to it, you don't even know what they're going to come with, but you got to stay there and make sure you get it, right? Mm-hmm. So how you saying that's your security?
That's a good point. It's a scary thing being a business owner. Like you work 24/7.
You do.
24/7. When they say blood, sweat, and tears, that is not just a saying. It is all three that's being involved, but it's very rewarding.
Yeah, but you blood, sweat, and twist for the 9 to 5. And your only result was that 2-week paycheck. Yeah. I'm just being honest. So I'm not telling you quit your job when you start a business. Another issue I have with people is don't quit your job when you're starting a business. I had to work my nonprofit, my for-profit, and my 9 to 5 in the first year or two when I started. The problem people make is they get a loan and they say, oh, I've arrived, and they quit the job. Why? You can't, the salary that you making is not going to hold you the way you want to, because you got to think about the business first. Mm-hmm. So pay yourself last. And I know people don't like to hear this, but pay yourself last in your business, and your business will succeed more. And I had to learn that. So my gem to you today, if you have a business, if you already started one and it's just starting, pay yourself last, or don't pay yourself at all in the first 2 years, and watch how your business grow. And that's a fact.
Yes, definitely. So when it goes back to public speaking, like what all panels have you been on? Have you had the opportunity to speak?
So honestly, it's been a joke because I never even made myself a panel, meaning I never said where I wanted to speak. So what I've been asked to do a lot is motivational speaking, to encourage, inspire, to uplift and push. That's been the platform. So I've spoken at the Gwinnett DFACs multiple times, DeKalb DFACs multiple times, to their leaders. So these are their employees or their managers or directors, helping them to stay the course. So it's always like getting them pumped up for another month of mess, Mm-hmm. I've spoken platforms on my own where I've created different rooms for women to speak about their tragedies, or because a lot of times what holds us back is our past, whether it was past trauma of a rape, abuse, whatever we had, mental issues. There's a lot of things that push you down, that holds you back from being the best you. So I usually speak on platforms of how to counteract that, because I've been to almost every trauma you could think of that somebody has been through at my age. And so that allows me to now tell somebody how to get through their trauma. Because what I like about, that's why I say I would never consider myself that person that needs to be, look at me and be like me, the role model, is because I'm just telling you based on my tragedies and my issues, how I overcome. That's why I'm the example. So don't want you to look at me and think I got it all together, because I just told you, as sweet as I am, don't cross me, because I would tell you about yourself in a kind way. And sometimes it's not going to be kind. I'm just going to be honest. I am not perfect. I am still learning how to coattail and calm myself down when things arise. I'm always learning. I'm always in the classroom.
Right. And that makes a lot of sense. And what makes you such a humble and loving person and inspirational person to be around. But what about one you did not mention? Was it the Ultimate Women's Expo?
Yes. Oh, so I had the honor of speaking at the Ultimate Woman Expo on their stage, one of their stages. Now, this is where like Spice was there and Yandy them was there, and they wanted me to speak on one of their stage platforms about motivational speaking, and I did that. And so for me, I will go anywhere to let the message, wherever the message needs to go. I am not in a box so you can bring me to speak about food, and I'll turn that food message into a purpose-filled message. By the time you finish, you're gonna be baking like you crazy. So it's never about the content for me. It's always about the delivery of what needs to be told. And I'm taking this year, next year, to go through some healing for myself, because another thing we don't talk about in our community as Black people is therapy.
Mm-hmm.
All the wonderful things I do and I've done and I've been doing, I still was kind of like not, being honest, messed up in my head about certain things that in my past that I have not even healed from, that I thought I was, but I wasn't. So I'm happy to say I'm in therapy. So please get therapy. Don't sit there and say it's gonna pass and you're gonna make it. No, you need therapy. Trust and believe when I say go get some therapy, because I'm getting it now. So if I have to give you some advice, get therapy.
Which is one of the questions I was going to ask you, because it's already understood you do so much, but yet you still set out the appropriate time, or sometimes too much time, in helping others. So how do you balance everything you have going on, right, but still trying to help someone else?
Well, that's the thing. I ain't got no balance. So like I told you, I am still a work in progress. So honestly, I have not I can't sit up here and lie to y'all. I haven't found a balance. That's why I went to therapy this year, because I realized that I was so consumed with everybody else that I was forgetting Nichole. Nichole don't even know who Nichole is anymore. And that's because all my life I've been taught to help, push, create, build, push, create, build. So I've been in this robot setting for years. Mm-hmm. And when I started finding out who I was about myself, or loving myself and understanding what makes Nichole happy, girl, that thing was scary, girl. I said, wait a minute, I had to stop and love. God, to date myself. Wait a minute. Yeah. Have you all ever dated yourself? Girl, that's a trying time. You know what I mean by dating yourself. Really taking the time to learn you. It is so easy for all of us, men and women, to jump into things and do it for somebody and become the authors of it, or help somebody at work or this career, this job, and be amazing at it. But when it comes to sitting down and saying, what do you like to do? What do you want? How do you want to be loved? How do you want to be happy? Girl, we confused. Mm-hmm. We had to sit there and write a plan. Like, wait a minute. That word self, what does that mean? So for the first time, I'm learning how to love myself. That's crazy. I put that in a book eventually. How do you love yourself?
Because you got to tell us how you
try to do it. Yeah, I'm in the process. I'm going to show y'all with my trial and error how to do it. Girl, when y'all read that book, you're going to laugh, because the stuff I've been through just to know myself. Jesus, Lord Jesus.
So how do you protect your peace when helping others?
Ooh, that's a good one. So I pray a lot. I do like to pray. I'll get up every morning. I got 2 books that I brought with me today. My prayer book, my devotional book, my journal book. I give this exercise to people. I'm going to probably share this other gem with y'all who's listening. When you hang up from this show, I need you to get 2 sheets of paper. I teach this lesson everywhere I go, and it's the best lesson you're going to learn on this live or anything else. You're going to write all your fears on 1 sheet of paper. Now, that sheet of paper going to go left, right. You probably going to write in the corners. Girl, my thing was so full, I forgot the paper was a paper, because you couldn't even see nothing but words. And then on the second sheet of paper, I want you to write everything you're asking for 2023 and 2024. And the reason why I say 2023 got to be included, this ain't no vision board now. I need y'all to hear this, because y'all go pay them $200-$300 to go to these vision parties and still come out unfilled. So stop it. What I'm telling you to do is something you should have did in your own house, because you're your own vision. You can't tell somebody to help you with a vision that you ain't even birthed your own self. Write your fears on 1 sheet. Write what you're asking God for the second sheet, or what you're asking your creator or your universe, your rocks, your stones, whatever you use to keep zen in your life. And then I want you to keep both with you. Well, Nichole, why am I keeping my fears? Because you're walking on faith and you're walking out your circumstance. You got to walk out the circumstance. So you got to write it down so you can release it. And you got to walk on faith, whatever that faith means. Does not have to be a spiritual faith. It could be the faith that you push inside. It could be a faith that you tap into your universe, your inner self, whatever energies that you use to keep you the person you are. Keep those with you. And let me tell you, you're going to be giving me a testimony like, oh my God, Nichole, it worked.
That's wonderful. When it goes back to business and helping people, what opportunities have you provided first for women in business?
Ooh, well, I've helped several women started their own business and companies, not even just women but 7 people started their own business. And when they started their business, they literally made 6 figures within the first year. So I have proven facts. So my facts are my word of mouth. That's why I'm not on social media. That's why I'm not out there telling everybody, oh, click on me and pay me to mentor you. I'm a very rough mentor. Ask Taye. And so everybody can't take my personality. So I always say, if you can't take my personality, you cannot be mentored by me, because I can be sweet, but I'm very direct. We're going to have a pity party. We're going to cry it out, but we're not going to cry forever, because I don't.
She's going to
do
give you
long
5
cries.
minutes.
5 minutes to cry it out. Let's go. Get it out. What it is now, move on. Because that's going to keep you in a place of negativity. But yes, I do have actual success stories, and I'm currently helping people start their own business. I've already helped about 3 people start their own business, and they're actually doing it now. And I have about 3 more people that asked me that recently came and said, Nichole, I need you to help me. And I haven't even returned their emails yet. So I do get a lot of requests. I don't take everybody. I'm about spirits and about energy. So if we talking and our energy don't mix, it's okay. I refer you to somebody else who you can match with. So I'm not looking for a plethora of nobody to say I'm doing it. It's whoever God wants me to minister to. So don't think I'm out here, doing some at the bottom of the thing, click like. No, I don't even gonna click a like. You just gonna have to get in contact to me however you gonna get. And if you do come to me, that means you were meant to come to me. That's how I see it.
All right. So when you how hard is it to tell somebody who really, really has a baby, which is their business? They love it. They believe it. They eat, sleep, and pray it. But they're still not putting in their proper work, and they're not ready. And, sometimes people can't receive that. So how do you deliver that to them in a way they can understand? I'm not saying no. I'm just saying you need a little bit more work.
So I had to learn that, by the way, because I'm very militant with that, unfortunately, and I had to learn. And that's because of how it was given to me. Like, people came and said, what are you doing? And like, they looked at me by color, by my dreads, by everything. It was everything. So I'm learning more better to deliver the message, because what I realize is everybody is not you, Nichole. You know what I mean? You might be able to take it hard, but this person needs you to kind of fluff it. So that's why I said energy. So what I do is I kind of now have to sense to be around you a couple of times. I don't normally say yes to everybody that asks me to mentor them, or I just see how you are. And I'll tell you 1 or 2 smart things just to see how you receive it. And if you receive it, you might be offended, because you're going to get offended because you feel somebody crushing your dreams. But what I do like is if you come and say, well, Nichole, the way you deliver that, I heard you, but that was a little rough. And I'll say, you know what? I'm sorry. Let me pull it back, because it's not coming from a place of hate. It's coming from a place of love. But you're right. My delivery, I'm still working on. I told you I'm a work in progress now. I didn't come up here and lie. So I am learning how to be a better deliverer to my audience when it comes to the right person. Now, the people who just need to get cut off, I'm not going to lie, I'm delivering it the way I need to deliver it, so you can know to get out of my life. For real though, seriously. But if it's somebody that really is about their business and they're employed me to help them, then yes, I'm always going to just go with how you are first. But then if I see some traits that are going to make it harder, I am going to step on you a little bit, like, hey, I see this ain't going to work.
Okay, and how far along will you be with that person until you feel like, okay, you're ready, you don't need, fly away?
Like you?
No, you ain't going nowhere.
You know what? Believe it or not, you're doing an amazing job, though. But honestly, I don't really leave men. I've never left it. If you could be on a sabbatical for 6 months working your thing, told you to, and call me and say, Nichole, can we talk? And I will. So I never give an expiration date on greatness. I might not be accessible to your beck and call. So, me, Taye, I'm better with texting sometime, and then we'll have a conversation. But I don't try to let you go out there in the wild and just beat you down. What I try to do is let you go and start it, and then come back to me and we go. But some people like me just to be there every tip. And I said, no, how you going to learn it? It's easy for me to teach you how to fish. My friend told me this again, Mark Jones. You can give a man fish, or you can teach him how to fish. So I prefer to teach you how to fish than to keep fishing for you. Because when I'm not there, how you going to fish? So let me teach you. Don't always want it easy. Let it come where you learn your own business, because you got to be able to tell when somebody's not counting your product right, inventory is wrong, the money ain't coming in right. If somebody like me is always doing it for you, then how do you know your business?
That's a good point. So I was about to say, how do you feel about people who, I'm pretty sure you've experienced this, where they don't want to put in the work. They just want to pay you to do it.
Yeah, I've had that. They're like, Nichole, like I have a client, love her to death right now. And depending on your age, I do give you more help because like me, I had to be a little bit tech savvy in this. And you know, I hate technology, but sometimes I get older clients that like Nichole, you know, they straight paper and pen.
Mhm.
They're not, you know, into technology. Then I get you savvy technology people, which I love because now you know one half, you just got to get the business sense. A lot of people do not have a business mindset. Don't tell me because you went on the Secretary of State and you created a business, you got a business mindset. I ain't with somebody tell me that, girl, you know, I did my secretary. What does that got to do with your mentality of thinking of business? So what I've learned with a lot of my clients, and this is 98.9 of them, they're literally not business savvy. They have a mission. They want to run it like they're running friendship and we all friends. No, baby, but when business is business.
Yeah.
And if you can't separate those two and you want to hire everybody because you and them grew up together or you've been friends for years and she been in there when you had first broke your knees, so you know she got to come with you. Okay, go ahead, keep doing that. Because you can separate the two and find out more times than some that mindset of that person as a friend is not a business partner. So stop it. We got to think business first.
Business first, always. That's something that I've had to, and I've already learned my lesson, as you know, few times more times than one. But
it's
it
okay.
happens.
But it had to happen though, because how would you know if you didn't learn it and I told you and you just listened to me, you would think that I'm being judgmental to your friends. Is when you come on the roller coaster and you start riding the train, seeing them falling off the tracks, is when you notice that then people weren't there for you in the first place.
That's right. That's right. Well, that's what I'm learning is to let it happen. That friend may have been in your life since you were 2.
Mm-hmm.
And
they're gonna be there for that with that part.
Yeah, things are different now. Mm-hmm. And when you're elevating, unfortunately, is when you see who really is your friend, who really cares for you, who really loves you, who really supports you, who really wants you to win. And they, like for me, I'm service based, right? So no, not every single friend I have wants to get their body done. That's not everyone's desire. But you know what? They show share, like, post. They have sent me clients. My real friend, that I got my first 5 clients based off word of mouth from my friends. Mm-hmm. And that's how I knew like they are my friends. They don't have to want what you have, but they can tell somebody in conversation about you. Oh, I know somebody that do that. I know somebody that, you know, you can go to. And they'll tell me, I'm like, because I always ask, every client gets an assessment, which really is about me. I need to know what works. I need to know how you heard about me. They say one of my friends' names, I instantly called and I was like, thank you so much that that person actually said that you're the one that told them to come and use me as their post-op person. So
here it is. Was that social media?
No, it was not.
So again, your social media is good to show a picture of who you are, but it's not your representation. If you allow that to be a representation, you're going to be dumbfounded to the world outside, because a lot of millionaires, a lot of trendsetters, a lot of grant writers, a lot of people that's in there, they're only using your social media to show people she's legit, but they're not using it to sell you. What they're using to sell you is that purpose that you gave them, that mission statement, that information on paper. They're using that because you can't post that information on a website and say, call me now and give me money. Nobody, the bank ain't going up there looking at they're looking at your social media to see what kind of person you are, but they're not looking at that to see if I'm going to give you $1 million. And if you think they are, then you sadly mistaken. They're looking at that just to see if you're a person that said, okay, well, you got a skincare line. Where is it? But that is not who you are when you go in the back to do deals. And that's what I was trying to tell people. Even when you're in pharmaceutical, somebody told me they want to sell their product, their skincare product to Macy's. I said, well, Macy ain't going on Instagram looking at your stuff. Macy want to see that hard packaging and what it does and your actual like success stories. So if you make a skincare line for hair loss and I get my hair back, but every time you post on the skincare line, you looking like this. This is you. Skincare, hair loss. Then you got the water dripping down your face, shaking it out. Who the hell, what success story is that? All I see is somebody trying to look pretty with Facebook and makeup. You have a photo shoot about a product, but ain't nobody talking about the product. Yeah. How am I going to buy your product? All I think you are is a pretty face on the product. In order to sell your product, you have to stop utilizing you. Put the people that you have actually helped to market you. But when you're marketing yourself, you're not going to gain nobody. Because I swear to you, when I go on Instagram and see all them pretty bottles and, oh, yeah, my glow cream. Girl, who the hell had bought your cream and said it was good? Because everybody, all you putting is yourself on the video and making a music video out of it. Really? To glow, to glow, to glow. Okay, well, what does that got to do with the glowing cream? Is it going to take the blemishes away? So keep it in mind. Social media is great, but if you're not utilizing it in the right way, you just want a fashion shoot, a photo shoot, ain't nobody buying your product, honey, because all I see is a pretty face. I'm just saying.
It's not like you lying, though. So
I'm giving it 100 because when you go and buy somebody's stuff, you ain't went on there. All you did was click a like. Oh, my God, this is cool. Like, did you buy it?
No.
Did you buy the lip gloss? Did you buy it popping? No, you didn't. Stop it. You went back in that beauty supply store and bought that $199 lip gloss.
Okay, so we got a little bit of time left. Really quickly, highlight the empowerment events that you host.
What did you just ask?
The empowerment events that you host, your galas.
Oh gosh.
How wonderful they are.
So she want me to brag about my gala. So I have what you call a private invite gala. It's for all entrepreneurs, business owners. Either you beginning your business, starting your business, established business. Either you're in a career, so not necessarily business, like you were a manager at a company, now you're a director, or you trying to go for president, whatever. And we literally have a gown. So it's an empowerment gala, but you have to have an evening gown or a tux or a suit. And it's private invite only. It's never been posted on social media. And every year I get over almost 200 people that come to this event without social media. It's not on social media because I figured I wanted quality in the building. And if I did it where I post on social media, I'm getting riffraffs, meaning I'm getting like 1,000 people, but not one energy in the room is going to feed the people that need to get fed. So this is a once-a-year opportunity where we bring people, like-minded people together to be empowered. We have music. You get a 3-course meal. Everything is free. So you get to go to either Hyatt at Buckhead, the Crown Plaza, a mansion. And we just literally, we have what we call the A-list of A-list. And A-list don't mean about how much money you have. The A-list is about your energy and your personality. You could be in that room. And so, yes, those pictures are going to be coming out this week. We're going to be giving it to Taye. So Taye might be the one sharing it more than I do because I really don't even share the pictures on Facebook.
I will. This was the event that I had the pleasure of speaking
She did. Taye spoke at this event. It was amazing. Her message and her delivery of where she started and where she's going, it was just amazing. I am literally a person who's trying to not just clear bucket list. I hate when somebody says, when I get older or when I get this money, I'm going to do this. I don't need $1 million to be successful. I don't need to be rich to be successful. Success is whatever you think it is to you and what it means to you and what you sweat and tears that you've birthed into something. Stop making social media tell you if you're successful. That's the stressful part because you get on there, you don't have enough likes. And because you don't have enough likes, you think you're not successful. I'm successful. I'm not even on social media. Am I not?
No, you're not.
I'm up there in that category, which I would not tell you where I am because I don't brag, but I'm not on social media. So some of us, we are humble and we don't want to be on social media because we feel like that's a fake opportunity of who I am. If you get to know me or meet me or buy my book, please shout me out or do whatever. I don't mind mentoring you. If you inbox me, you got to go to MCLC, MC as in Michael Curly, Larry Curly Circle on Instagram. You could inbox me and want to have a conversation, and I'll do that for you. That's not a problem.
Yes, I'm going to make sure on my Instagram, you guys, when I drop this, I will put it on there as well. So you can go and check it out and reach out to her if you're interested. Nichole, I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart. First of all, for everything, because I didn't even tell y'all when she came into my life, I needed help. And I didn't even tell her I needed help. She saw that I needed help. And she was like, girl, I haven't do this. We're going to do that. And I'm like, oh. Okay.
I thought she was offended at first. I was like, honey, I feel you, but what we doing? And I even paid for a service. I said, if I want to know who this girl is genuinely, I got to monetize her. Another thing that we do, and I'm going to be closed after this, what I've noticed how we do as a people, and this is anybody, black, white, green, I don't care what you are. We love to be monetized, but we never like to monetize. How in the world you going to be a rich, successful person if you always with your hands like this? When I met this lady, she had no clue who I was. I didn't tell her. I was actually there volunteering like an employee in some kind of event that I did not like. I just did it because they asked me, and Nichole liked to meet people. I met Taye and I said, I want to book her. She gave me a free service and I paid for a service. That's how bad it was. She said, you were the first one to come to my table. You get a free service. I said, no, baby. But I want to pay for one too. I said, because I want to monetize and see who you are. And that's how I got to learn who she was, because I wanted to see her spirit, to see if, if what I'm feeling, because I heard her saying, man, Nichole, I got to make this work. She didn't know I was listening to her inner thoughts. I'm not no medium. Sometimes I can sense people. And I said, I want to get to know her because I want to help her, but I want to get to know her first. And that's what I did. I monetized her, not because I had to, because it made sense. I'm asking her to do me a favor, but I didn't want to give her one. Didn't want to put my hand out. So what I've learned is not to chase money, and money always follows me. And I'm not even knocking on wood. I know that sounds crazy. When you're chasing money, you're not focused and you're not going to get it. I'm just being honest. When you don't chase money and stay focused, it actually comes to you, believe it or not.
All right. Well, thank you. Thank you so much. That was wonderful. Very powerful message. You dropped a lot of gems. I hope you guys are able to take notes. You can go back and listen to it, watch it. You can stream it on YouTube on Nurse to Beauty page at Hits 92.3 page on YouTube. And you can watch this on Instagram on my page. And I'm also going to share it on the MCLC Circle page for Nichole. So I really, really thank you so much for coming on today's episode. And we're going to head on out.
Thank you guys for having me.
It's your favorite BBL Nurse Taye on Beauty and the Body, where we tell you how it really is on Hits 92.3, the real definition of internet radio.